Okay, so now we've got the whole thing sketched out. I forgot to mention you can use any shade of pencil you want to do that. I would say not to use dark. I'm kind of okay using dark because I don't mind having dark lines in my work, but I think if you're a bit nervous, use a very light pencil like a HB or something. And now this is the fun bit. Okay, so this is where we start to shade in. So we've got quite a, when you look at it, right, so you've got the sky, which is very white. Now that will be just what I'll use to rub out. So I'll use a putty rubber or just a normal rubber, it doesn't really matter. And I'll end up I'll do that afterwards, so I'm not going to worry about it too much now. But all I'm going to do is start to shade in the area. That's a bit of a darker area there, so we just shade that in a little bit. It's just so you can see, so that's slightly darker, so that's like more like that shade is the same shade as that, so we'll go ahead and shade it in. It's just so we can sort of get an idea. Doesn't have to be perfect again. We'll worry about these dark edges soon as well. This is just really to show you how you can break things down and just begin to create the shadows. Now I'm going to go ahead and draw these in. One moment. Okay, I do apologise. I've just been speeding up a video that I wasn't meant to speed up, so you didn't hear anything of what I did. But anyway, so what I've done is finished off doing the measurements around the building, around this square. So I'm only focused on this square, still just this one square. I was talking about shading and the highlight. So the white of the sky, you need it to contrast a lot against the darker areas, so you'll use a rubber around that bit. I've started to shadow some of this darker sections like there and there, which is about the same colour. So I've done that and that a little bit darker than this bit, so I've just shadowed, like just literally sketched just to get an idea of the tones going on. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how I draw in the detail. Now this, if you were trying to look at this from a distance, okay, it's like, look at all the detail, look at all the lines, look at all this and that, but we're only focusing on that tiny bit. Okay, so you can see that you have, let's just try and find this now. There it is, there we go. So you've only got that part there and that part there. So I'm just going to draw those in. One moment. Okay, so as you can see, I've drawn in some of the fine details on here. Now, don't worry to start with about getting everything completely perfect, so like, you know, there's not crisp edges going on. You kind of need, I think I'd suggest getting a putty rubber, because putty rubbers you can make into tiny little shapes that you can use to rub out, like to get the whites of the areas, because obviously the detail there, the white and the black are really, really strong, so the white really stands out and the black really stands out, in fact more so than the sky. So you might think the sky is completely white, but actually that is more white because it's paint, so that just shows up a lot more. What I've got now is a 8B. Let me just show you. It's actually broken because Hermione's stamped on it, so that's like a graphite pencil. It's a little bit different to usual pencils. It's sort of like all lead, the whole thing is lead. So, but these come out really dark, so when you actually draw, so like you've got your really dark areas, let me just show you. So all these bits here, that's really, really black. So you kind of want those areas to be crisp. So that's what I'm just about to do. So even though I've drawn some of it in, I didn't draw it in with a dark pencil, I've drawn it in with a bit of a sketching pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly draw some of that in for you. Now, I am holding the camera with one hand and it does make it very tricky, so even if it's just the outlines to start with, or if you just want to start getting some of the tone work going on, you can. You can just do the areas that are really, really dark and leave the rest. So we know that area there is really dark. I've got Fraser on in the background. There we go. Let's have a look. And you can see start to develop some really dark areas. Okay, so there's another little bit I've just got to... I'm using my masking tape. Right, let's sort that out. Right, last night I did that video about 12 o'clock, the last one, so yeah, it was really late because I was out, so hopefully this will be a bit better. Hopefully you can see more. So yeah, you're just looking at the darkest points and just starting to develop that. So you've got a general idea then, haven't you, of sort of, you've got your tones going on. So like, here we go, we'll probably darken that bit. Now, you'll see the direction of the brickwork on the roof. Okay, that's another thing to look at. The direction is going like across. Let's have a look at the angle. It's slightly going up from the line. If you can see, that's the sort of measurement, and it is starting to go up a little bit. When you shade in as well, you want to start to go in the direction of whatever the object's going in. So if the roof is going across at that direction, you'll start to shade in going across, so it gives that sort of 3D effect. With the roof, you obviously, you know, it's tiles. If you can't do straight lines like me, don't worry, just do it as you want to do it. This is just like the basis again, really. Okay, I've now gone over 10 minutes. I do apologise, but there was a lot to cover in this one. What I've done now is obviously I've shaded in most of it. I've done most of the detail. I'll probably go on to the next square soon. I'll do the same techniques I did for this one, and then I'll do a quick I might do a speed up video, I don't know, we'll see what everyone thinks. If anyone comments to say, oh yeah, can you do a speed up video of the next one, just done without talking, that'll be great, so I'll do that. Another thing you've got to contend with is shadows. Now, when the light's obviously shining from above or whatever, you've got, if I just show you, so you've got on the picture there, it's quite shadowed underneath there from where the light is, so compared to that, that's a bit of a grey colour. So then you have to consider that on your drawing too. So like I've just gone ahead and shaded that in. But yeah, you can see it's really starting to take shape now, isn't it? You've got the shadows, you've got the direction. Can you see how effective the direction of the roof is becoming? So yeah, so video 5, I'm losing track of which video it is. I'll try and do a speed up video, maybe of the whole drawing, or if anyone wants any more information, just let me know. I'll do another one of an explaining video of how I'm explaining it as I go along. It's entirely up to you. So video 4 will either be, or 5, whatever video I'm on, a sped up video of the whole thing, or it'll just be another explaining video, so how I probably do the windows and how I do the reflections